Good morning to all. Today we are going to study about the Constitution, the importance of Constitution, and of course the Indian Constitution. First of all, let us study about what is a Constitution. A Constitution is a written document embodying the basic principles and laws of a nation, state, or social group that determine the powers and duties of the government and guarantee certain rights to the people in it. Now let us study why do we need a constitution? What is the importance of a constitution? Why a country need a constitution? Without constitution, whether a country can run smoothly or not. Several purposes are there for creating a constitution in a nation. First one, it lays out certain ideals that form the basis of the kind of country that we as citizens aspire to live in, which means it is the will or mind of the people to decide in which type of nation they like to live in, whether in democracy or non-democracy. That is why a constitution clearly expresses the will of the people, that is in which nation they like to live in, whether democracy or non-democracy. Second point, for defining the nature of a country's political system, which means a constitution clearly explains whether a country is a democracy or a non-democratic country. A constitution is very much necessary to prevent the domination of majority over minority. In every nation, there is a possibility for being one community as majority community. So if majority communities are existing in any nation, that there will be a tendency to show supremacy or domination over minority. That may lead to conflict, violence, bloodshed, anarchy, and finally disintegration. So to avoid such a situation, the majority domination must be prevented. For that, one constitution is very much necessary. Now let us see, to save us from ourselves. Sometimes we may think that our country or a democratic country is always very bad, because in democracy decision making process is very delayed. Many people need to be consulted, and so quick decision cannot be taken out. So there will be a tendency to think that our country or one democratic country should be changed and non-democracy should be established, because in non-democracy most probably only one ruler will be there and he can take quick decision. Because of that we may think so, but this democratic constitution gives a lot of advantages to the people, and so that democratic constitution saves the people from thinking in such a way. Now, to prevent the misuse of power, the authority, government, after being elected as a ministers or MLAs or MPs, they won't be able to misuse their power, because the constitution clearly explains what they can do, what they cannot do. So they won't be able to misuse their power. And the last one, to give basic rights of the citizens. So a constitution in every nation, a constitution clearly tells what the people will be able to do, what they can do, what they cannot do, and what will be their rights. To explain about the rights of the citizens, one constitution is very much necessary. Now let us study about Indian Constitution. We know that for the creation of Indian Constitution, one Constituent Assembly formed in 1946, and in 1949 Constituent Assembly completed its work, and finally the Indian Constitution came into force on January 26, 1950. And Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was considered as the father of Indian Constitution. Now let us see about the salient features or the important features of the Indian Constitution. First one, federalism. What is federalism? The existence of more than one level of government in a nation is called federalism. India is an example of a federal nation because in India we have central government, state governments, and of course Panchayati Raj institutions. And because of this three-tier system in India, our country is a federal nation. Now let's see the another feature of Indian Constitution, that is parliamentary form of government. What is parliamentary form of government? Parliament has supreme power in India. Parliament is ruling our country. That is why our country's government is known as parliamentary form of government. Because in India, Parliament is supreme. Parliament is a supreme law-making body. Supreme body in India. Parliament is only able to rule our country. That is why our country is known as parliamentary form of government. Third one, separation of powers, which means the overall power of our nation, all the powers of our nation divided and given for three main organs of the government. These three organs are legislature, executive, and judiciary. All these three organs are checking the power each other. One organ can check the powers and functions of other organs. That is why this system of sharing of power is known as checks and balances. Each organ controls the other. So misuse of power can be avoided. And the next one, fundamental rights. In the Indian Constitution provides 6 fundamental rights to the Indian citizens. They are right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights, and right to constitutional remedies. All these six fundamental rights Indian citizens can properly use, and if anybody or any individual or any governmental or non-governmental agencies are violating the Indian citizens' rights, they will be able to go to court for getting their rights protected. And the last one is secularism. We know that what is secularism? India is an example of a secular nation. Our country is a secular nation because in India we do not have any official religion. All the Indian people are able to believe in any religion. They can choose any religion, they can practice any religion, they can believe in any religion, and at any time they can change their religion. Totally Indian people are free to believe in any religion. Indian government, our country is not known by the name of any religion. Our country is not known as a Hindu state, not known as an Islam state, not known as any Sikh state, Christian state like that. Our country is totally free from the grip of religion. Thank you.